After an hour and 15-minute rain delay, play finally got underway today at Wrigley Field in Chicago, where the Cubs played host to the San Francisco Giants. In the top of the third inning with 2 outs, the Giants scored 3 times. Matt Williams at the plate, Robbie Thompson on first, and Williams doubles to left field off Chicago starter Steve Wilson. Thompson comes around to score, and it's 1-0 Giants. Williams with his 78th RBI on the year. Greg Litton's RBI single made it 2-0 San Francisco. And still in the third, Kurt Manwaring, appearing in his first game of the season for the Giants, triples into the right field corner. Litton scores to put San Francisco up 3-0. Manwaring with his first RBI of the year. And in the bottom of the third, Don Zimmer would see the Cubs get on the board. Runners on first and second and nobody out. Steve Wilson with the bunt, and John Burkett throws the ball past third base. Sean Dunston scores. Kevin Mitchell falling down in foul territory with the ball. Joe Girardi will be thrown out at home plate. Kurt Manwaring with the tag. It's 3-1 San Francisco, the first error of the season for Burkett. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Dave Clark singles to right field. Joe Girardi scores. Clark will be caught in a rundown between first and second. He will be tagged out. He hurt his ankle on that play, and he was forced to leave the game, but that tied the game up at 3 apiece. Clark with his 11th RBI of the season. In the bottom of the sixth, the Cubs looking to go ahead, but Kevin Mitchell makes the strong throw home on Andre Dawson's single to left field. Mark Grace will be out at home plate as he collides with Kurt Manwaring, who hangs on for the out. In the top of the seventh inning with 2 outs, San Francisco goes up 4-3. Will Clark singles to left field. Dave Anderson comes around to score, and it's 4-3 Giants as Clark picks up his 65th RBI of the season. But don't count the Cubs out yet. With 2 outs, they scored twice in the bottom of the ninth. Sean Dunston ties it up at 4 with an RBI single, and then with Dunston on third base, Joe Girardi drives him home with a single to center field off Jeff Brantley, giving the Cubs a 5-4 win, his 24th RBI of the year. Mike Bilecki, the winning pitcher, is 4-8. Jeff Brantley takes the loss. He's 3-2.
Detroit at Texas on Friday night, 1-0 Texas in the top of the second. Nolan Ryan looking for win number 10, strikes out Lloyd Mosby to end the inning. Man on, 2 outs in the bottom of the second for Steve Buechele. He'll hit a home run to right center field off of Steve Searcy. Number 4 for Buechele. He picks up Mike Stanley, and it gives Texas a 3-0 lead. As a lucky fan makes the grab, shows it to the crowd as the Rangers lead by a score of 3-0. In the bottom of the third inning, the Rangers will add one more, as Ruben Sierra will double to left field off of Searcy. Julio Franco will score from second base for Sierra. It's his 55th RBI of the year, and that gave Texas a 4-0 lead. They had 1 in the 5th to make it 5-0. Nolan Ryan working on a one-hitter through 6 walks. Tony Phillips in the 7th. Bobby Valentine takes him out as Ryan complains of a sore lower back. He leaves the game to a standing ovation. The relief pitchers would give up 3 runs, but they hold on to win, giving Ryan his 10th win against 4 defeats and career win number 299. But 5-1 in the top of the 7th, Lloyd Mosby with a triple to right center field. John Shelby and Dave Bergman score. RBIs 22 and 23 for Mosby, and the score is now 5-3 Texas. That would be the final score. Brad Arnsberger will pitch this ball into the dirt. It gets away from Mike Stanley. Mosby tries to score. Stanley with a nice throw to Arnsberg, who puts the tag on Mosby for the out. Texas wins 5-3. Ryan the winner, he's 10-4. Career win number 299. Searcy the loser, he's 1-1. And Kenny Rogers picks up his 9th save. Tom Kelly and the Minnesota Twins Friday night play host to the New York Yankees. Top of the second inning, Jim Leyritz drilled by Alan Anderson. He falls to the ground like leaves in autumn, but he's okay. He limps to first base. We'll take one more look at Leyritz getting drilled and falling to the ground. Anderson then would strike out Roberto Kelly to end the top of the second inning. Strikeout victim number 3 for Alan Anderson. The Yanks turn a nice double play in the bottom of the second inning. Al Newman will hit a ground ball to Steve Sachs, who flips it to Alvaro Espinoza for 1. Over to Don Mattingly for 2. A nice double play by the Yankees to end the second inning, and there's no score through 3. But in the bottom of the fourth inning, Minnesota scores. Ken Herbeck with a line drive base hit to center field. Kirby Puckett races around from second base to score. RBI 48 for Herbeck, and that gave the Twins a 1-0 lead. A peanut vendor here tosses a bag to the MSG booth, and Al Trotwig with the grab. It goes by Tony Kubek. In the top of the fifth inning, Gary Gaetti chases after the Deion Sanders foul ball. He'll reach over in front of the camera to make the inning-ending grab. The score remained 1-0 until the top of the ninth inning. Alan Anderson still pitching for the Twins. He gives up the home run to Steve Balboni with one out in the top of the ninth. A solo shot off of Anderson, number 10 for Balboni, and that tied the ball game up at 1 apiece. But in the bottom of the ninth inning with 1 out and 2 on, Junior Ortiz will get a base hit to center field. That would score John Moses from second base. Minnesota wins the game 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth inning as Junior Ortiz delivers a game-winning hit. Anderson, the winner, he's 4-2. LaPointe, the loser, he's 5-7 on the year as the Twins win by the final score of 2-1.
Seattle Mariners dropping into Milwaukee to take on the Brewers Friday evening. Seattle on the board in the top of the first inning. Jeff Leonard facing Chris Bosio. Leonard with this single to left field, scoring Harold Reynolds and Ken Griffey Jr. RBIs 57 and 58 for Leonard. 2-0 Seattle. Bottom of the first, the Brewers come back. Gary Sheffield with his 43rd RBI on the season. He will single off of Seattle starter Bill Swift to right center field, scoring Mike Felder. 2-1 after 1 inning of play. Till the bottom of the third, and Dave Parker, the batter. Parker hits his 13th home run of the season, a 2-run shot. This one to straightaway center field. Ken Griffey Jr. trying to make a play, then says, forget it. Into the center field seats there. RBIs 61 and 62. 3-2, the Brewers with the lead. And that's until the top of the fourth. That's when Alvin Davis leads off the inning with this solo shot wrapping around the right field pole to tie the score at 3. That homer off of Chris Bosio, the Brewers starter. Well, Seattle would then regain the lead at 4-3. Scott Bradley singling up the middle off of Bosio, scoring Edgar Martinez, RBI number 22 for Bradley, and it's 4-3 Seattle. But back comes the Brewers in the bottom half of the 8th inning. B.J. Surhoff would be the batter, and he would hit a shot into center field. Now watch Ken Griffey Jr. He will come up with the nice running catch, but will not be able to make a throw strong enough home to stop Sheffield from scoring the game's tying run. RBI number 28 for Surhoff. It is 4-4. But in the top of the ninth, the Mariners take the lead for good. Omar Vizquel with this RBI single to left, scoring Jeff Schaefer. 5-4 Seattle. The Mariners go on to win it 6-4. Keith Comstock the win, 5-2. Randy Veras the loss, drops to 0-2. Schooler with his 25th save. Robinson and the Baltimore Orioles at home to take on the Chicago White Sox Friday evening. Top of the first inning, the White Sox will take a 2-0 lead as Robin Ventura hits his 2-run shot off of Orioles starter Bob Milacki. Home run number 4 on the season for Ventura. RBIs 25 and 26 as the White Sox take that 2-0 lead. Ventura showing some good defensive help for starter Eric King as he makes a nice diving stop on the Randy Milligan line drive. That one in the bottom of the first. To the bottom of the fourth, and some not-so-good defensive work as the strong wind blowing in Baltimore on this Mickey Tettleton fly ball to center field. Lance Johnson running back, the wind pushing the ball in, and Johnson can't make the catch as Tettleton will come up with a double. To the bottom of the seventh, the score is still 2-0, and the Orioles would get on the board against King as Tim Hewlett would ground out to second, scoring Tettleton on the play, and it's 2-1 Chicago. Still in the bottom of the seventh, the Orioles would tie the score at 2 as Brady Anderson in as a pinch hitter. He will triple over Ivan Calderon's head in left field. A deep shot to the wall, scoring Cal Ripken Jr. easily, and we are tied at 2. We will remain tied at 2 into the bottom of the 10th inning. Bobby Thigpen on in relief. Randy Milligan the batter. Milligan would pop a foul with 2 outs here, but this one would be misjudged over at first base by Carlos Martinez. The play would prove costly for the White Sox, costing them the game as Milligan was allowed to remain at bat. He would single into left field. Phil Bradley beating the throw home. Orioles winning it 3-2. Mark Williamson picking up the victory. He is now 8-1. Bobby Thigpen taking the tough loss, dropping to 4-4.